Hi everybody, welcome again to Wingman Wisdom. I am the Wingman, and this is my virtual campfire where we sit around and I pontificate a little bit. Actually, we swap stories and we share experiences in hopes that, well, will cause us to think. And when we think, we might be able to come up with different solutions to our everyday problems. I'm a former campground owner, radio and TV broadcaster for 40 years, lifelong lover of camping and RVing. As I say, I love most of the people that do it most of the time. So welcome to my virtual campfire. Today I want to talk with you about obesity and situational awareness, but I want to start off by, if you're going to buy an RV or if you're going to sell an RV ever, I want you to download my free RV report. There's a link to it down below, or you can go to freervreport.com. It will save you thousands of dollars. I don't sell your information to anybody. Again, freervreport.com. So let's talk about situational awareness, shall we? This story came out not long ago, but it says, man 72 loses leg in alligator attack at Florida RV park. Dateline, Titusville, Florida. Officials say a 72-year-old man lost his leg below the knee when he was bitten by an alligator at a park for RVs. The alligator attack happened around 1:50 p.m. Friday at Great Outdoors RV Nature and Golf Resort in Titusville, Florida, according to Brevard County Fire Rescue. There are a number of bodies of water in the area. I thought, a number of bodies in the area? There are a number of bodies of water in the area. Fire officials said the alligator amputated the 72-year-old victim's right leg below the knee. Can you imagine? And he was airlifted to a trauma center. According to a dispatch call, the alligator went back underwater after the attack. I guess he took the part of the knee that he bit. That's a terrible story. At least the guy didn't lose his life. But I mentioned situational awareness. As a former campground owner, we were in the country. Many campgrounds are in the woods, in the outdoors. Imagine that. We're in nature. Nature comes with all different kinds of things. We love nature, but nature also has some things that we may not love. Alligators is one of them, and they can appear out of seemingly nowhere. To understand that there are inherent risks that come from everyday activities, whether it's driving to work on the freeway or whether it's going camping in a rural area. If it's opening your front door, there are things that just happen. And to be aware, situationally aware, has never been more important than now. At my campground, we didn't have lots of them, but we had all these different things that could have bitten you, stung you, scratched you. We had cactus, we had snakes and scorpions and spiders and bugs and ants. And nobody wants to run into those things when they're camping, right? But hey, it ain't the Hilton. It's camping and RVing. So my takeaway is, wherever you go, not just camping, be situationally aware. When you go to the grocery store, before you get out of the car, look around. My wife and I just came back from Sam's yesterday. Sam's Club, Sam's Warehouse, whatever it's called. Walked out the door. There's a shopping cart. They checked us, did the receipt. Walked out the door, and right there, you couldn't see him, but was this homeless druggie shaking and trying to. And Lisa was in between us. And I got in the way and I said, right there, that's how it happens, out of left field. And if you're not prepared to take them not just down, but take them out, you don't know what they're going to do. You have to be prepared, situationally aware. What do you think of that? I would like to know. Am I overreacting? Am I too paranoid? Maybe I'm just an old fart that is a little bit paranoid. This next story is about obesity. And I saw this. I'm going to read it to you. I want to get your take on this. And by the way, yes, whoever posted under the comments about my cough and my clearing of the throat, I've got high blood pressure. It's not dramatically high, but the doctors put me on this blood pressure medication. And I have had a hell of a cough and the throat issues, but I'm working on it. May have to change my medication. So thank you for your concern. Anyway, this is about obesity, and the headline is, more kids get weight loss surgery to treat obesity. Kids, weight loss surgery. Doctors take action as early and aggressively as possible in treating severe cases among children. When I grew up, about 100 years ago, there weren't really very many obese people. Were there many obese people when you grew up? But go to the store. I mentioned going to the grocery store. Walk around and look. I live in San Antonio, Texas. I am no Slim Jim. Believe me, I could lose a little bit of my tonnage, but I don't think I'm obese. But there are a lot of really, really overweight people. How did that happen? I don't know. And kids that are that obese, how does that happen? I want your thoughts on it. It says more children are getting stomach surgery to help them lose weight. The most drastic of measures doctors are recommending to confront relentlessly rising obesity rates. What's going on? Seriously, what do you think's going on? Many of the young people who undergo bariatric surgery didn't lose weight through diet, exercise, or weight loss drugs. Bariatric surgery can be a faster, more lasting fix for patients with severe obesity, researchers and pediatricians said. For children? For teenagers? Really? I don't know. Is it the doctors are wanting to make more money? They're coming up with more excuses to change people's lives? You know what I'm talking about. I mean, going from girls to boys and boys to girls and how expensive it costs. Is it all about the money? Is there something in our food? Are kids just, and all of us, more inherently lazy nowadays? What in the hell is going on? Listen to this. I'm going to butcher this kid's name. Raphael Grossman tried countless diets, appointments with dietitians, and even weight loss drugs before his weight peaked at 435 pounds in October of 2021 when he was just 15 years old. Think about that. For a 15-year-old, 435 pounds? He's 5'10". He had sleep apnea. No kidding. Hypertension, high cholesterol. He became winded too quickly to play sports. He was too heavy to ride roller coasters. He didn't like to fly because it was so difficult to fit into airplane seats. It goes on and on. I'm going to read a little bit more of it. But I knew somebody. I used to go fishing and hunting with a guy that had bariatric surgery. Now, I met him years after he had the surgery. He just looked like a normal person to me. But he did not live a normal life. It concerns me when I hear stories about doctors whacking out kids' stomachs and doing things like that. Well, there's your cure. And I know it's more complicated than that. But this guy that I used to travel with, he was on a lifelong M&M bag full of medication and vitamins because his body, whatever happens when they cut out your stomach, you have to take supplements because your body's not making some of the things it's supposed to be making. He couldn't eat normally. He had to eat all the time, little bitty meals. He ate a lot, but just stretched out over a long period of time. And when he drank alcohol, he was a madman, not in a good way. It affected him really badly. I knew some other people in the hunting community that had bariatric surgery. And we'd go to conventions and they'd eat the wrong thing. Just a little bit of that chocolate pie. Just a little bit of that wrong food. And they were off to the bathroom. Is it worth it? Is bariatric surgery worth it? What is going on? Why are doctors performing this? How are children able to get to be 435 pounds at 15 years old? When I was a boy, growing up, we would go to the State Fair of Texas every September. And we would go to the fair, and there was a place where you could go and you could see a bearded lady and little dwarfs. You could see the Siamese twins, and you could see a gigantic person. Well, today those people, as I've said, they seem to be all around us. There's even TV shows that are celebrating them. I don't know, what do you think? It says the hospital says, going back to this kid, Raphael, the hospital said it screens patients for eating disorders before it considers them for bariatric surgery. Patients diagnosed with a disorder are referred to therapy before getting the surgery. Hospital requires patients to show they can maintain lifestyle changes before the procedure. Raphael lost 70 pounds before the surgery, and that's great. Afterwards, he said he could no longer tolerate large amounts of oily, fatty foods. I think that goes back to when you eat that kind of stuff, you got to run to the potty. He didn't have as many cravings. He lost close to a further 150 pounds. But this is a 15-year-old kid. What do you think? Are you seeing more obese people, more overweight people nowadays than ever before? And if so, why? I don't know. Are we just oblivious to it? I sometimes just eat out of boredom. I do. I admit it. I can kill a bag of chips and nothing flat. I feel guilty about it, but then, I don't know, a week later I'll do it again. What is going on? We are nothing more than a cash machine, I think, for the medical industrial complex. From the drugs that we are having to take to the surgeries that they are performing on us. Look at all the hospitals. I go to Houston a lot. There are more hospitals and medical complexes being built still to this day, all along the interstate, up and down every side road. What do they know? What does the government know that we don't know? Maybe it's nothing. But for an old guy, I look back, I go, something ain't right. Then I read stories about teenagers and doctors that are willing to perform bariatric surgery, which is a lifetime condition. You're going to live, that little boy is going to live with whatever they give him forever after that. Is it a quick fix? I think it is. Is it necessary? Maybe it is. And I don't know all the, circumstances here. I never will. I just wanted to point out some of my thoughts. Again, this is my virtual campfire. I believe that being aware, being honest, trying to not cast the first stone, as they say, but being aware, situationally aware, like the guy that had his leg amputated, the GATOR got part of it. Being situationally aware, whether you're camping or just living in general, is a pretty good idea. But I'd like to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you would. And again, if you're ever going to sell your RV, if you're ever going to buy an RV, I want to help you do it. I want to save you money. I want to help prevent you from being ripped off because too many people are. And if you download my free RV report, I promise you. In fact, if you've downloaded the free RV report, drop a comment below. Let other people know what you thought of it. I know it's not the end-all, be-all, everything, but it's long, and there's a lot of stuff in there. And if you find one little nugget of information that will save you $1,000, was it worth downloading the free report? So drop a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.